You guys are doing well. Thank you for bearing with me. Can y'all hear me okay? If the mic is out of the shot, is it fine? Well, I know the music's going. Let me turn it off, actually. I can turn it down. Can you guys hear me all right? Hi. Let's see who we have right now. I'm going to scroll back up. I see Tiffany and Uniquely Ashanti are here. Good evening. Y'all been chit-chatting. Hey, Joanne. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, I scrolled back up. No, that's a different. No, okay. Let's see who else is here. Susan. Hi, Susan. Good evening. Hey, Maritza. Y'all forgive me if I mess up your name. Lady Finesse 82. I hope you don't finesse anybody. I know the definition of the word, but in Atlanta, if someone's finessing you or you get finessed, basically you got scammed. But you're good, Lady Finesse. You're not finessing anybody. Hey, Rega Lean Cobe Beauty. Hello. Let's see who else we have. Bright Meadow, Barbara Fennell, This and That. Joycelyn. Hello. Miss Jackie. Hi. Yatrinda Vale, One Classy, Andrea Riley, Money Love, Sasha, Barbara Fennell. Okay, I shouted you out, Barbara. Nothing wrong with shouting you out twice. Let's see. Honey Babe, Chi Town, Niger Girl. Hello. Electric Teens. Christine Pearson, House of El Nicole, This and That. April. I'm just going to keep going because I can't keep up. Sharice Davis, Aracelis Vega, Jenny Padilla, Rachel Diamond, Bobby Black. Hey, Bobby. Lawrence Malloy. Hey, Larry. Me and Larry went to school together. I call Lawrence Larry. Hey, thank you. He said, I am super proud of you, D-Bell. That's my little nickname they used to call me back in the day. Alyssa Beard. Hi. Armani the student. Hello, everybody. Brenda Curry, Melanin Prophets. Hello, Noel, Gerard Butler. Hi. Okay, Sunny E. Hi, Sunny. I see you in the comments all the time. Hello. The Lake You. Sorry if I messed that up. Hi, Stephanie Garvin Olsley. Dorica. Hi, Ty. Yvette. Or Yvette, sorry. Hello, Anne, Karen, Choice Design. Okay, hello, Michelle Santiago, DeAndre Grady. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Jenny Jen. Hey, Lanice. Hey, Regina Maxwell. Hey, Alyssa. Hey, Celeste. Oh, everybody's coming on in. Hello. Okay, so I could say hello all evening. First of all, thank you guys so much for waiting on me. I wanted to make sure that I came through with good quality this time. I said no more technical difficulties. Can y'all hear me okay? Because I have my mic off to the side. If I need to, I can have my mic in the shot, but I feel like it just looks better with it to the side. So let me know in the comments with like a thumbs up if I'm coming through clear. And I'm also streaming on LinkedIn for the first time. So I'm streaming through YouTube and LinkedIn. So I don't know how many folks are coming from LinkedIn. I think I can kind of see the little icon when you guys send a chat, but yeah. Okay, so everything sounds good. Yes. Okay, so I didn't share a hot lead today because I said I'm going to go live. And I was doing one-to-ones today with students in my courses. So I've been working all day and time just, we know how time goes. So I said, okay, everyone's probably home, you've done dinner, and you want to hear about some hot leads. So I'm going to share that right now. So I have a few, and after that we can chat if you want to. I won't keep y'all too long. It's 8:09, so I think 9 o'clock we can wrap it up, if not sooner. But yeah, everybody want to hear about some hot leads? Let me know in the chat. Everybody want to hear about some hot leads? Let me know. Oh, yes. Okay. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get going. Okay. Sometimes the chat is a little delayed. So if y'all are like, yes, yes, Delilah, it takes me a little bit to see what y'all are saying. But okay. So we're going to get into the hot leads. I'm going to cut off the music just so we're not competing. All right. So the first hot lead that I have for y'all today comes from a company. I'm going to share my screen, don't worry. But it comes from a company that I shared with you guys last week. Did anybody catch my video that I did about 7 online jobs now hiring? I posted that last Thursday. Did y'all see it? Were y'all watching? Well, one of the companies comes from them. Okay. Karen said, yes, please. Okay. Okay. I see y'all saying, oh, y'all are having different conversations. All right. So anyway, they have a job. One of the companies has another job that is non-phone. And I'm going to share my screen so that y'all can see it. And this opportunity might be for you, might not, but the requirements weren't anything crazy. So I liked that about it. So I'm going to present my screen and we can all see what I'm seeing. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to share the entire screen. And then I can go into this view. And then I will show y'all the lead. Okay, so this lead comes from Sarnova. Okay, so last week in that 7 online jobs now hiring video, I shared a company called Sarnova and they had a different lead. Now they have a new lead that is for a Medicare claims resolution specialist position. This is a Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time job, fully remote. So as long as you live in the US, you're okay to apply for this job. Now, what they describe you're going to do in this role, and they just talk about the company up here, but we'll scroll down here. The summary says that the medical billing representative is primarily responsible for working claims after they've been submitted to Medicare. This position requires an individual who demonstrates strong follow-through, close attention to detail, and the ability to multitask. So when you get into the essential duties and responsibilities of this job, they talk about work claims that are pending too long at Medicare, are unable to be released, or have been denied or incorrectly paid by Medicare, review claims that have been put on hold, work denials aiming to identify whether or not Medicare denied the claim correctly, and then you'll have to handle the follow-up accordingly, provide Medicare additional information as necessary, and then it says handle all correspondence via mail, email, and any necessary refunds. So perform other duties as assigned by management. So those are the essential duties and responsibilities. So me, I'm thinking, okay, that sounds really good. Now, when they get into the skills and experience required, they want you to be strong on the computer. That's always a must when working from home. You got to have your Microsoft Office stuff down pat, okay? 40 words per minute typing speed. Hey, we can do that. And then you need to be able to handle large volumes of work while meeting tight deadlines. So if you're working in claims, your workflow is going to be constant. You're going to always have a lot of stuff or claims and paperwork to handle. So you really do need to be organized. Now, they mentioned down here excellent communication skills, both written and verbal. That's a given. And then the one thing that they do mention about a phone, it just says ability to deal calmly and effectively with situations via telephone while maintaining and promoting a positive company image. So what that says to me is there's going to be times maybe you have to get on a phone, but that goes with any job. Now, I can't see y'all, but I'm going to come back to you so I can see what y'all are saying and talk more about this. But When it comes to non-phone jobs, and I always try to mention this for everybody and let me put the link in. I'm not sure if it's clickable if I put it in the chat box, but the company's name is called Sarnova, and I'll put it in there. So just check the chat for that link to the job. But back to non-phone jobs, a lot of times y'all, oh, you can't see the screen? Well, it's supposed to be on me. Can y'all see me? Give me a thumbs up if you can. Oh, you were saying you couldn't see the job on the screen. You can see me. Okay. I'll show it to y'all again. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I'll show it to y'all again. But I wanted to be able to see y'all while I was chatting about non-phone jobs. And a lot of times, y'all tell me, I want a non-phone job, Delilah, because I am done with the telephone. Don't want to, be on a phone ever, ever, ever again. And I understand that. Like if you come from a call center background, you probably have dreams about being on the phone. Has anyone had dreams about being at work? Because I know I have. I always tell y'all, I used to work at Sears, and sometimes I would have a dream where like I am working, and I wake up, I'm like, I need to go back to sleep and do this over again because I'm not about to have work in my dreams and work in real life. So I'd be on that cash register in my dream, and I'd be like, let me wake up. But yeah, a lot of times y'all say you don't want to work on a phone because you're done with phone work, okay? Now, here's the thing, okay? When you're finding or looking for an online job and you say, I want to do non-phone, don't talk to me about a phone, okay? Well, the thing is, there's always the element of communication in a job. So whether you're doing data entry, whether you are doing a claims job like this, where you're doing mostly mail and email and, typing type things, reviewing documents, you might still need to pick up a phone just to handle something because things can get lost in translation when you are just typing. And sometimes you can settle issues a lot faster if you would just pick up the phone, call the insurance company, or call whomever. The thing that most people understand after, I explain it this way is what they're really trying to get away from is the back-to-back phone call stuff. Like they don't want to do the back-to-back phone calls with customers. But if you have to make a few phone calls a day with other organizations, it really isn't that bad. And if you're not open to that, then it's going to be very challenging finding an online job because you won't find any company that says it's okay that we don't communicate. You're going to have to get on, meetings. Sometimes meetings you have to do camera on. A lot of times organizations say everybody has to have their cameras on because you lose that connection when you can't see anybody. You're not around anybody because you're working remotely. And when I was working from home as a tutor, we'd always have weekly cohort meetings, like the people who I came in with. We'd have like the big meetings with all of the tutors and the people who worked at the company. And it was always cameras on. So nothing is wrong with, a camera or a phone. It's just if you're saying, I don't want to be on the phone, it's really you don't want to talk to customers, which that's doable. But I just want y'all to have that information so that when you get into a job, you don't say, wait a minute, I have to call someone. I don't know a job where you don't have to communicate. I haven't seen one yet. But, there's jobs where you don't have to do the phone thing. And that's what most folks are looking for. So I'll share this lead again on my screen. This time I'll just have it full screen so that you can see it. But the name of this company is called Sarnova, and this is for their Medicare Claims Resolution Specialist position. And it says there's 3 openings. So all the best whoever gets this job. So yeah. And I had put the link in the comments some moments ago. So what do you guys think about that job? Do you like it? Because I always try to find jobs that y'all will like. I see a lot of jobs. I just try to share only the ones that I think y'all will care about. Let's see what y'all are saying. Reginald said, OMG, I constantly have dreams about my workload as a customs trade specialist. There is nothing worse than when your work is haunting you in your sleep. I'm sorry. You're not late. I got on here at 8. We put my baby goes to bed at 7-ish. So it's like 7 to 7:30. That's the window when my little baby goes to bed. So I fed him, we put him to bed, and then I got on here and I said, I'm not doing technical difficulties today. So I said I was going to be on here at 7:30, but it was more like 8. So you didn't miss too much. Oh, but let me go back to the comments and see if y'all like this kind of job. Okay, so you're applying as you watch. All right. Don't waste any time. That's what I like. You guys are welcome. Yes, you're welcome, Brianna. Okay. I'm just looking at what y'all are saying. Yeah, as long as you don't have to do the back-to-back phone calls. I did a call center job before from home. I made a video series about it. That's how a lot of folks originally found my channel, because I was comparing the different call centers there are. And I will tell you, there was nothing more nerve-wracking when that phone rang. And it was really because they did not do a good job training. I thought if I chose an opportunity that was only 2 weeks worth of training, that it meant the job was going to be a lot easier than the other jobs that were saying, 4 weeks or more of unpaid training. Matter of fact, I had to pay. I'm not going to name any names. I won't name any names. If you watch those videos, then you know. If you've been here for the long haul and you were here back when I was filming with the potato, you know which company I'm talking about. But that did not work out because it was terrible. And they did the training, and it was 2 weeks, and we were taking the calls like during the nesting phase. And they had a little chat that we could message in and, get direction if we ever got hung up. But that was very unhelpful. It was useless because it wasn't quick. I don't even think they cared. It was bad. It was very bad. So that taught me phone working for me. So I'm with y'all who say no phone. Okay, so I have another hot lead that I'm going to share with y'all. And this one, you might like it, you might not. I chose to share this one just because it didn't have a lot of requirements and it's available US wide. Let me make sure I have the link up because I restarted my browser and I may have closed it out. Okay, it's still here. All right, I'll share my screen for the next lead. And, sometimes they work for you, sometimes they don't. Not a big deal. Every lead isn't for everybody. Ooh, before I share my screen, Karen said that she works for ModSquad. Congrats. And they pay for everything, all training. But I always love to hear these leads. Oh, nice. Because I know ModSquad's a 1099. They tend to have a lot of like email support or sort of like chat type support things. So for the training, you said it's paid training. Do they provide equipment too? We want to know, Karen. Let us know in the chat box. But let me share the screen for this next lead. Okay. All right. So the next lead, like I said, it may not work for you. This one comes from Staples. Okay. That's the office store Staples. They have a remote position that's available US wide. They let us know front and center. It pays $15.34 per hour. And what you'll be doing, you're going to provide support and teaching to call center and cyber agents and retail associates, answering questions, investigating and resolving issues for internal and external customers, building and maintaining confidence through correctly answering questions, offering suggestions, and relaying information regarding policies and procedures. So you'll handle escalated calls upon request and follow up on customer issues, identifies and tracks questions, trends, and communicates information to various internal partners, meets and maintains department production standards, and perform other related duties as required. So they tell us the basic requirements of what's needed. You only need a high school diploma or GED, and then 1 year of retail and or contact center. So it says Staples retail and or contact center. I'm not really sure how many folks have worked at Staples. The way they have it worded makes it sound like you had to work there before. I'm not sure. Even if you haven't worked at Staples and you feel like, hey, this isn't that bad, it's still worth a shot. Now, the preferred qualifications, they say knowledge of order management systems and procedures, customer support procedures, reward program procedures, retail procedures, and all other applicable policies, procedures. How many times am I going to say procedures? And then working knowledge of Microsoft Word and Outlook, and able to navigate multiple internet sites simultaneously. So you get benefits. They say company match 401k. That's good. They're going to, match you. And then you get flexible paid time off, holiday schedule, physical, mental health, wellness programs, and more. So they have a link to check out their benefits. But I'll go back to the screen so I can see y'all. When I share the screen, I can't see y'all. But yeah, that's the one from Staples. And I will put the link to it in the chat box. So, your general customer service role seems like you'll handle escalated calls possibly. They do mention that. Okay, let me go back to what Karen was saying. So Karen says she works at ModSquad. Okay, remember the original comment I showed on here? She said, I work for ModSquad and they pay for everything, all training, but I always love to hear these leads. I wanted to know, do they offer other stuff? And Karen said, I'll find it. Not equipment, you have to use your own. Okay, as much as I expected, but that's good, because we want to have our own equipment anyhow, which I will touch on today. So thank you, Karen, for sharing that. It's always good to know that people like these companies, because I've shared ModSquad, and when people ask me about I need something flexible, part-time, I want to try and find something on phone, there aren't a lot of options, and I always mention ModSquad. So I love knowing from, folks who actually work there. Now, there was something I was going to tell y'all. And when I was looking at this lead, it made me think about it. So I'm going to look back at this lead so I can remember, because I just forgot it that quickly. We were talking about the lead. Okay, let me show y'all. There's two things that I was going to show y'all. We kind of have to back up a little bit. ModSquad is a company. I'm going to put a link to a video that I did last year, and I'm going to show y'all on the screen this video so you know where to find it on my channel. Give me just a second. If you want a breakdown, a high-level breakdown of ModSquad and another company that might be helpful if you're looking for something flexible, part-time, then you're going to want to watch the video that I show you. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what it looks like. You probably have seen this video already. It's actually my most popular video on my channel. But let me share my screen and you'll see the video I'm talking about. So if you go to my channel and let's see, if you start off on my channel, you can search it. If you just type in 100 and you scroll down, I put the link, but in case for some reason the link isn't working, it's this video right here that says $100 per day. You can also go to the playlist, and I believe the playlist, well, let me go to the home screen on my page. Yeah, it's right here. So if you go to the home screen on my page, you can see that video, the $100 per day. ModSquad is featured in that video. And I talk about who ModSquad would be a good fit for. And they offer like email, non-phone kind of work. It's a 1099 company, so there's no benefits. But when you're a 1099 contractor, you have the perks of making your schedule, so long as it fits within the hours of operation of that particular opportunity. So for everybody who's like, I already have a full-time job, I want to do something part-time, it kind of needs to be flexible, and then there's a bunch of other stuff, you would want to check out that video because there's two companies that I don't ever really hear too bad of things about. You know, let anyone tell it. Someone's always going to have something bad to say about a company. That's just par for the course. But for the most part, out of the options that are legit, those two are the best. So I'm going to look at the chat here. Yeah. So if you want something that's remote, part-time, not on the phone, check ModSquad. Mm-hmm. Now, part-time jobs that do provide benefits, they're not contracting roles, those have been a little bit challenging to find lately. Like there's just not a whole lot of options. I had made a short last week. I had to check my channel. Like I check my own videos because I can't remember everything. But I believe I made a short last week about a part-time job from Triple. Who is this? I'm looking at my short. I think it was AAA that had that part-time job. If I can find it on here. Yeah. So something that I've been doing, and like some days I don't post shorts, but when I do post a short, I try to post multiple. And those jobs that I post in the shorts, they're typically jobs that are really great, but they're only for really limited locations. So last week I had posted a part-time job from AAA, but it was only available for limited locations. So, you know, check my shorts and you know, you might find something, you might not, but if I ever see part-time jobs, I for sure share them. For sure. So the link to that video, I'm not sure if you can click it, but it's that $100 a day video. Let's see what y'all are chatting about. What does this say? CVS, I was there when they were Aetna first. It's no growth. So if you want to make real money, start out where you want to be because it will take 10 years to make an extra 10K. I think I'm jumping in the middle of y'all's conversation. But yeah, CVS and Aetna, they merged. Yeah. What else? Jean said, oh, happy Wednesday. Hi. I retired from the classroom. Congrats on retirement. That is the goal, Jean. And I'm working on what's next in my life. I'm connected to possibilities of work from home because of your, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And y'all, I've been working around the clock because one of the things that I've been trying to do, but then time never permitted. And then when time started to permit, I literally have just been getting back to back daycare illnesses. And I'm finally doing a lot better. But I know y'all want to do like live group training. Some of y'all want to do like one-on-ones. A lot of y'all want to do stuff, together with me, learning these different skills. And, you kind of want someone to take you by the hand. And it's like, I've been wanting to do this, but it's like I said, time did not permit. Because, going back, it's crazy because it's like, I think it's messed up. And I don't know if other people feel this way or think about this. I think about, and I don't know if it's good, but I kind of think about time in regard to like before the pandemic and then like after the pandemic. Is that bad? Because I'll think about stuff like, before the pandemic, blah, blah, blah. And then like in my head, I think about it as like, well, then after the pandemic or, 2020 and on, it's like its own segment in time. I don't know. Anyway, so like 2020, that's when I got married. And then 2021, like beginning of the year, I found out I was having my son and I was sick for like 18 weeks straight. And so, after that, I'm well into my pregnancy. I just want to maintain. So like I kept up with my YouTube, but as far as like doing as many live things as I really wanted to do, I just didn't want to put that kind of commitment on myself because every day was just a toss up. Will I feel good today? Will I not? And then afterwards, having my son, we didn't have like daycare or like nannies or anyone. And my parents, they come, but we don't live close to each other. So it was really like me and my husband tag teaming, making sure that I could work. And then he telecommutes. So he goes into the city where his office is like 2 days a week. And then we moved to West Georgia last year. So we're not far from the city of Atlanta, but we are not close to the city of Atlanta. So he has a commute. And, we were, again, tag teaming, taking care of our child. So it was just difficult to have something on the calendar and say, yeah, we're going to make that happen. So now my son started daycare in December. And since then, like he's really liked it. But then I started just every couple of weeks, new daycare disease. And the timing of it, I think, is what really did me in. Because if y'all remember back in November, I got COVID. I got that 19. It's not funny, but I have to laugh about it. So like literally once we got back on our feet, that's when we were like, okay, we have to figure something out. And my son was, 1 in a couple of months. So we said, okay, it's time for him to like have more social interaction. And as soon as he started going to daycare, he started bringing stuff back. At the office Christmas party, if y'all were on that call, like I would, be coughing, like I'd go off screen to cough. That was a daycare disease. And then we went on a cruise, and that was terrible. If you read the newsletter, I told y'all that like my husband was bleeding from the ears because his ears had popped on the plane, and we were all like still getting better. And so we were on the ship. I was sick, but I was able to do fine and still try to enjoy myself. My husband, he got wheeled to the hospital on the ship. Like it was that bad. It was that bad. And then my baby had to be seen. So that was just like the vacation from. And so we got back and I started the new year off with an upper respiratory infection. And then after that, I got more daycare diseases. So it's crazy. But the thing is, my son has been doing great. And then after the new year, my husband, he hasn't been catching any of this stuff. It was just me. So I started taking my supplements seriously. Like everyone said, like, oh, okay, it's expected to catch something. But I really started taking, my supplements seriously. So I'm doing a lot better. And I'm saying, you know what? Let me go ahead and get this stuff on the calendar because we got things to do. So y'all can expect some new things to do with me coming up very soon. Now, I'd love it if I could do these things for free, but they won't be free. But they won't be crazy expensive. Like you guys you'll be pleasantly surprised at how affordable it'll be to do a group training to really get into these specific topics so that you can feel confident with your online job search. So let me know in the comments, do you guys prefer group trainings, or what are your thoughts on that? Like, are you excited? You ready to sign up? What are y'all's thoughts? Let me scroll back up and look at the comments. Yes, Liberty Mutual is a great place for no experience jobs. And yesterday I shared an insurance job, and there's a video that's going to come because I was talking about recession-proof careers. Insurance is one of those. But going back to speaking to your point about insurance companies liking, or insurance companies prefer people with no experience, that is very true. I come from a marketing background in insurance. So I used to work for a company called Berkshire Hathaway. And when I was in training, my manager told me, he says, we really like to get people who, are straight out of college, don't really have any experience. And I was like, well, why is that? And it's because every company does things a little bit differently. And it's a way for them to get you indoctrinated to the company culture. And, basically everyone drinks the Kool-Aid. And it's easier for you to drink the Kool-Aid if you haven't been drinking someone else's Kool-Aid. So yeah, that's a great tip. Okay, so Sweet 81P said, no, that's normal, Delilah, because a lot of people feel and felt that way. It changed a lot of things around for how people had to adjust to before. It really did. It really did. I started my channel actually back in 2017. My very first video was a video about how to find online jobs on Craigslist. I don't get on Craigslist anymore, but that was my very first video. And I didn't post anything for a whole year. And then I got back to it in 2018. So I can tell, just in regard to what we're talking about here with work from home jobs, there's a difference with the kinds of opportunities that I would see pre-pandemic versus pandemic and beyond, now, because people are always asking about what about global jobs, global jobs. I used to see global jobs kind of often pre-pandemic. And then now it's tough to find global jobs. So I've even seen the shift with that in regard to work from home jobs. So I started really posting consistently in 2018. And then once 2020 hit, the jobs changed, but they never went away. And that was always something that I was kind of keeping in my mind. Are the jobs going to go away? They didn't go away. There was actually more jobs. So I was glad that I was positioned to help people during that time. I'd already been, sharing these jobs for years before then. So yeah. But yeah, I went on a tangent. But yeah, time before the pandemic versus pandemic and beyond, I don't know. It's I always think about things like that. Before the pandemic. Congrats, you got married in, sorry. Homeschool, save on catching everything going around. I really want to homeschool. That was my plan. Like in my head, I was gonna be like that homeschool mom, and like I'm gonna make everything, and like my baby's gonna eat only organic. I can still try. But my baby needs to go to daycare, and he's having a good time. But congrats, Miss Vaughn, too. You got married in 2020 as well. Yeah. 2020 weddings, graduations, just everything was different. Yeah. And that's also something too, because like I want to make sure that my son has the culture that we create in our home, and being around other kids. It's like it's a double-edged sword. So it's like, okay, I don't want him picking up all this craziness. Right now he can't even talk. So right now it's not that big of a deal, but definitely going forward, like when he's a little older and all of that, I might revisit that homeschool thing. Working 3 years as a librarian counts as customer service? Absolutely. Oh, yes, it counts. Okay. Jack said, yes, keep it reasonable because I have been unemployed for 8 months now. Oh, absolutely, Jack. I keep that in mind because the demographic that I'm helping, I understand a lot of times y'all may have come off of a job, whether it was on your accord or someone else's. Just all this inflation, everything just being crazy expensive these days. So I got you. I'm not that person. Last time I was on live, I learned a new word. I think it's called being a grifter or something. It is another word for a scammer. I got y'all. But okay, I have another job. I have another job that I'm going to share with y'all. And this is from insurance. So on that note that we were talking about with Liberty Mutual and the video that I posted yesterday for recession-proof type jobs, I have another job that I'm going to share. And this time it comes from, drumroll, Progressive. They have some work from home opportunities that they just posted, and they're going to start training in May. So I'm going to show y'all what they have, and you can see if you like it. So I'm going to share my screen here. Okay. So when you go to Progressive's careers page, okay, when you go there, you're going to be taken to this screen. Now, you can search for the jobs a couple of different ways. If you want to just save time and make sure that you're only looking at jobs that work for your location, you can type into the filter locations your state, or you can scroll through and find it. But if you just kind of want to see, like, at a glance, what do they have, you don't even have to worry about that. They have a call center bilingual Spanish position available in a number of locations. They have that role, but English speaking available. And I can open it up so we can see what kind of requirements they're looking for. So let's take a look. Okay, so this is like a customer service role, and customer service representatives support customer inquiries and insurance policy needs by answering questions regarding coverage, rates, billing issues, and general policy reviews while offering additional products. And then inbound sales representatives share expertise of our Progressive products and services. You won't be doing any cold calling. Oh, okay. And it looks like there's 3 opportunities available. And then the third one is a claims customer service representative. And you'll care for customers recently in accidents by demonstrating empathy while setting up new claim reports. You'll also offer customers additional products. So it looks like there's 3 opportunities that they have available. The must-have qualifications, you need 2 years of college education or higher. And so an associate's would suffice. Instead of the above, so if you don't have college experience, 2 years of relevant work experience. So that's great. If you've worked in customer service, especially if you've done anything in the insurance world and you've got 2 years, that could, qualify you if you don't have an associate's or any like college education. And then for the sales only folks, you'll need your PNC license. If you're not already licensed, you'll have an opportunity to gain it during training and must remain compliant with licensing requirements as an employee. So that's a good thing. I was talking about that yesterday. If a company is willing to put the money up for you to get your insurance license, you want to take them up on that. And usually it's about 12 weeks of training, more or less. Now, if you are bilingual, we saw that they have the bilingual positions available, but they also mention it here. And then we see the training starts May 2023. So it might seem like that's a little far off, but we're mid-March. You put your application in, you go through the interview process, they hire you, you can kind of get your ducks in a row. If you're currently working a job, you can figure that situation out. So that's good. It gives us enough time to figure out what we're going to do. And the compensation, I know that's what y'all care about, okay, because we don't work for our health, $19.50 or $21 per hour, depending on the role you are selected for. So it sounds like maybe they might just take your application and then based off of their needs, they might place you. I'm not sure if they'll ask you your opinion, but yeah. And I will also point out, I'll go back to the screen where I can see you guys. I'll put the link to Progressive's careers page so you can find what they have available. But they also have an insurance role too. Well, let's open that one up before I close the screen. So an insurance agent role, that was one of the types of, or the position that I shared yesterday from a different company, the Hartford. But for them, for Progressive, it says you need to come with your PNC license. So if you don't have that, it doesn't look like they will be training for it. Yeah, so you need to come with your active PNC license for this one. So this position does not provide training for it. So let's see how much it pays. $21 per hour. All right. And then with these agent roles, you get commission. So 21 is your base, but you're going to be selling insurance and get commission off of it. So you would be making much more if you average it out. But I'll stop the screen here and put that link in the chat box so you guys can have it. But yeah, insurance is a great industry. And we were talking about recession-proof jobs or careers, I should say, in the video yesterday. And right now, I think a lot of folks are sort of feeling, the pinch of the grocery store and the gas tank and just everything in general, mortgages, rent, everything. And then we heard about what happened on Friday. Y'all know what happened on Friday? Tell me in the chat box if y'all know what happened on Friday. It's been all over the news. Oh, wait. Yep. Silicon Valley banks. Yep, the banks. Yep. That's what they talked about on Friday. Silicon Valley Bank. And one of the things that I feel like, and maybe I just haven't seen anyone ask it, but I want to know what made those folks know to go down to the bank at the same time and pull out that amount of money? Maybe I missed it. They were pulling out such large amounts of money that they were insolvent. How did everybody know to go down there at the same time? Maybe they said it and I missed it. See, that's what I said. See, that's the real story right there. That's the real story. Who told what? And how did they know to tell it? That's what I want to know. Who told what? And how did they know to tell it? That's what I want to know. I think that's the question these journalists need to be asking. Not talking about how are the I get it. If you have that amount of money missing, somebody better run me my money, okay? But I want to know, as an American citizen, with this being, something that affects them, what's getting ready to go on? That's what I want to know. So I think it's important for us to at least have some information, some news we can actually use and put to work about what kind of careers tend to, stand up when things are falling apart. So that video, I'm going to really try to get out by next week. I have a lot of one-on-one scheduled between tomorrow and Friday with students in my courses. So, like I said, I'm getting back to it, getting, back to helping y'all. And I'm going to make sure I make that video because it's very important that we have that information. He said, I feel like this is going to be a blockbuster movie 10 years from now. For sure. I remember a couple of years ago watching on Netflix what happened with Enron. They had did a documentary style thing. And some other companies too. Yeah, I think this is definitely going to be turned into something. Jack said, I was in the mortgage industry and it has really been down for us as underwriters for a while now. Yeah, I wonder what's going on with realtors right now, because I know when we were looking for a house last year, this was at the height of the madness last year. We started looking in 2021. We had signed a contract for our house to be built. They took their time. I won't even go down that road because it makes me mad. We got our money back. But once we got out of that contract, we started looking for houses. So we had sort of came in when it was at its peak, but it hadn't peaked yet. And when we got out our building contract and we started looking for a house again between basically this time last year, we would try and put in offers. Our realtor would, send the offer, but he'd be like, well, I actually can't get in contact with the real estate agent. I said, what? So we never actually got to put in official offers. An offer. An offer is an offer. We never really got to put in offers for a lot of the houses that we told our realtor, this is what we'll pay. Tell it to the other realtor. They weren't answering their phone. They weren't returning messages. That's how arrogant realtors got last year. Now, that's not everybody. That is not everybody. But they had so many offers and way above asking price that they felt like I don't even need to answer my phone. I'm not going to be messy and say, I bet they'll answer their phone today. That would be messy. But yeah, they weren't answering their phone last year. So I wonder what's going on since they, jacked up the interest rates. And I mean, people aren't really buying houses right now because you have to kind of be independently wealthy just to afford a starter home in, some of these markets, the metropolitan area of Atlanta. It's oof. Mm. So yeah. So it is 8:59. And another thing I said this year is I'm gonna start working on making sure when I say we're logging out, we're logging out. I don't like to hold y'all too long. Y'all know I can chat. But I appreciate y'all for joining this live. I'm gonna try going live tomorrow morning. Okay, what time I don't know, but I'm gonna try going live tomorrow morning. It'll just be easier for me to share the leads with y'all that way. And I probably won't be on there for more than like 20 minutes or so, but I'll get the leads out to y'all. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a great evening, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.